How about pairing that wine with some steak? Local shop Butcher and Bird stops by and we're cooking it up.
Then, local influencer 5-Foot Foodie is here with a list of joints you need to check out.
This and more right now on Hanaiali'i Daily.
Wow, even after a couple of days, I'm still getting used to that awesome open. Aloha and welcome to Hanaiali'i Daily. Today we're kicking things off live here in the studio with Amy Hanaiali'i Gilliam, and mahalo so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so you've been on the show before, but today it's live.
I know, it's live. It's so exciting.
Yeah, it's been very different, and we're having a lot of fun doing it. And as we continue to bring this to all of Hawaii and abroad, we're putting a expanded emphasis on Maui and everything taking place over there. You flew over from Maui today, so for people who are watching, what is it like over there right now? We're about a month since everything's happened.
So Maui is, parts of Maui are struggling because there's no tourism and, you know, it's still fresh. The wounds are still fresh in Lahaina. Lahaina is just absolutely devastating. And so it's kind of a transitional period right now where a lot of businesses are really struggling because we don't have economy there right now, but we also want to be mindful and sensitive to our kupuna and family that are in Lahaina. So it's kind of in that transition period right now.
And Amy, personally, how have, you live on Maui, how have you been impacted by what took place?
Well, so my oldest brother, Timmy, is one of the captains on Hokulea and built Mo'okiha o Pi'ilani, which is our double hull canoe in Maui. We have a nonprofit called Huiawa'a Kaulua, and we're at 525 Front Street, right where Moku'ula is. And our whole halewa'a burned down. Unfortunately, Mo'olele was inside it and burned down. Mo'okiha was same size as Hokulea, was one of the only vessels still floating in Lahaina Harbor. So we brought her to Molokai to get her out of the way, and then now she's here in Oahu in dry dock.
Okay, so survived and continuing to rebuild.
Right. She's kind of like a huge hope for Maui.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Amy, as a musician, as an entertainer, we've seen so many people in the community come together amid the tragedy and everything taking place. With musicians, what have the conversations been like? You've participated in many of these concerts where the proceeds are going to Maui, but what are the conversations like with each other and everything moving forward?
Well, you know, our voices will always lift Hawaii up. We'll always lift, you know, our kupuna up, people in Hawaii up with our voices. Right now, we're kind of mobilizing, as you know, a lot of musicians in Lahaina, their instruments burned, and they don't have a way to play music anymore. So we're mobilizing, you know, Guitar Center and Hawaii Academy of Recording Arts and DBED, and we're kind of mobilizing this. We're not even sure what it's called yet. I literally just had the Zoom before I got here. But we are going to be fundraising for our entertainers in Lahaina who don't have even an instrument anymore, so they can't work.
And then moving ahead yourself personally, you're going to be playing at some benefit concerts that are taking place. How can people get more information on that? Where are you going to be?
Well, this Saturday I'm at Kahilu Theater in Waimea, and the donations will be going to Huiawa'a Kaulua, which is our nonprofit. Our nonprofit is boots on the ground in Lahaina. We service all the hubs in Hawaii, in Maui, and so all the donations will be going to that. Then next week, aside from all of this, I'm doing a wine event with chai at Chai's on the 13th.
Okay, so if people want to get more information for that, they can just head to Chef Chai's website, correct?
Absolutely, or go to amyhawaii.com.
Okay, and then that concert, how do people get more info on that so they can come check it out?
For Chai's?
For the concert you're doing.
kahilutheater.org.
Okay, well, mahalo so much for being here
you.
and being with us. Coming up a little bit later, we're going to get a chance to try some of this new wine from Amy Hanaiali'i.
We have to have it at the end of the show.
Yes, that's right. We're building toward that. So mahalo so much for being here. And as we continue to talk about kokua efforts that are taking place, Rachel, we're sending it over to you.
Thanks so much, you guys. Right now, I'm with Steve Severade, president of the Adjusters International. He's here to talk about how his company advocates for businesses and homeowners after devastating damages. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Rachel.
All right, well, let's talk about a public adjuster. What is it and is it needed?
Sure. So a public adjuster is sort of the opposite or the counterbalance to the insurance company and all the experts that they bring out. And it's kind of a misnomer when somebody says, well, my adjuster is, but that adjuster really represents the insurance company, Rachel. They don't really represent the policyholder, and they don't have any fiduciary responsibility to the policyholder. So people can have an advocate to represent them, to balance the scales between the adjusters from the insurance company and all the other experts that they bring out. And that's what we do.
Absolutely. Now we're talking about, what has been going on in Maui and how you folks are able to kokua over there. What has your experience been like working with the people of Hawaii? I know it is public, or it's international. Tell me about what the work you have done in the past.
Well, we've been coming onto the island since Hurricane Iniki, 1992, so we're very well versed with the islands. We didn't just come over here because Lahaina burned down. This is a regular place that we've done business on for many, many years. So we understand the customs, we understand the differences in insurance and policies, and we understand the difference in costs, because it costs a lot more in the islands, as you know, Rachel.
Absolutely.
Not just building materials, but also sometimes just shipping contents over and things like that. So very familiar with the local peculiarities in insurance here.
Now, is there something that people should be aware of when they are reaching out to a public adjuster?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the number one thing, and hopefully this has been publicized enough already, but whoever you're going to talk to must have a Hawaii adjuster's license. If they don't, you shouldn't talk to them. You shouldn't be looking at a contractor who says he can negotiate your insurance claim for you, because that's not what they're licensed to do, and they have a very different set of goals. And you should not be bringing anybody in who's pressuring you, of course. One of the things that we're doing is really education, and that's what it's all about, and that's what people should be looking for right now, is knowledge and education, and be able to understand their policies so that they can better deal with the insurance claim, the process, and know how to put things together. Whether they work with a public adjuster or not, that education is really important for their future right now.
Awesome. And I wanted to just touch upon the folks that you personally work with, your adjusters that you have on staff. What do they need to go through? How can we contact you folks?
We're easy to contact, Adjusters International. We're on the internet. So we're very easy to find, 1-800-248-3888. If anybody would like to call us, we're happy to do policy reviews for free. We do that all the time, give good information, good guidance, and hopefully help the community along the way.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sitting down with me, and of course for kokuing Maui in the many ways that you folks can. Now, to recap, Adjusters International helps businesses and owners with managing, optimizing, and negotiating property damage, insurance claims, and settlements. For more details, visit greenspanai.com. All right, now coming up, Allen's Plumbing is addressing their concern for clean water and how they're showing up for their Maui community.
Also coming up, a local nonprofit organization sits down with us to talk about keeping our keiki safe from exploitation. Details offered by Ho'olanapua after the break. Hey, hello, and welcome back to High Now Daily. Right now, I'm joined by Steve Allen, the owner of Allen's Plumbing. And given everything that's taking place in Maui, many businesses and organizations have come together to co-co with the community. And for Allen's Plumbing, first location was in Maui, correct?
Yes, 1982, started in Kahului.
So how has what's taking place over the last month or so impacted Allen's Plumbing and everyone in that community?
Well, the tragedy is horrific. And so I think as a owner of the company, I'm just dealing with the emotion of the loss for the people. We've had some employees whose houses were lost, family members, animals, I mean, you know, and of course, almost all of us have been either under, over, on top of these buildings and structures and know the owners and homeowners, and so you can't get past the emotion. If you ask me a few more questions, you'll see tears.
Yeah. Now, when you think about what's taking place over there right now, with Allen's Plumbing specifically, though, you guys have really been helping in terms of water infiltrate and putting in certain systems and processes. Is that correct? Yes. Making sure that the water is clean.
Yes. Well, the first initial was they were putting people in rescue centers, and there's what do we do and what can we do as a company? And so the very first thing I could thought of was let's provide water and relief stations for the places that were providing relief. So we did that initially, and it's been tough to keep up with the movement because it's very fluid right now. They've gotten the rescue centers emptied, and so what's our next step? So we are pursuing ways to help, but clean water is certainly that. And upcountry Maui is a real situation. Restaurants are closed. Naturally, that restricts employment and cash flow for everywhere. So we now know where we can put stations upcountry to provide water. Now, we initially were concerned about what we were going to have to remove and deal with. So we went and secured vials. We sent them out to independent laboratories. We got our tests back just a few days ago. We sent them before and after on the one filter station we put in upcountry. And so we know now that we can deal with the water and provide it pure for those. And that's all going to be on, free.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll provide some relief and comfort for those that need it.
Absolutely, and a big time mahalo to you and the rest of the Allen's Plumbing family for coming together and making sure that the water is clean and it's pure and it's good to drink. Obviously, so much is taking place over there, but how do people get more information about Allen's Plumbing or to research you folks and get consultation?
Well, as far as the company, we have our website, allensplumbing.hi.com, but it shouldn't be too hard to find as we're looking for. As a plumber, though, my main role, and I was raised in the plumbing industry, is that, our job is to protect the health of the nation. Well, if you drill it down, it's to protect the health of the county. And so, that's mainly our goal. We talk about it, we focus on it, and we live it. So, of all things, I just want people not to be pointing fingers. The county water supplies, they're doing their best. It's a heck of a deal to try to provide water for our communities, and those guys are out there working hard, and there is a situation where maybe you realize that the same water you're drinking is going out into the sprinkler systems, and maybe if you're concerned about it, you purify it at a point of use for yourself.
Well, mahalo so much to you and all the work you folks are doing at Allen's Plumbing to really help fix all of the situations that are taking place over there.
Well, thanks for having me.
We're grateful for you, Steve. Also coming up on High Now Daily, Rachel's going to get a chance to sit down with the new head of school at La Pietra as Hawaii School for Girls is going to get ready to celebrate their 59th anniversary. Plus, before we head to break, a live look outside via our tower cam. It is Aloha Thursday. We are one day closer to the weekend. We'll be right back.
Aloha and welcome back to Hi Now Daily. La Pietra Hawaii School for Girls is celebrating their 59th anniversary. And this school year, they welcome their new head of school, Jennifer Grams, who's been working with Hawaii's youth for nearly 30 years. Now we brought her in because we have to talk all about not only the 59 years, but how this has been for you as a new head of school. So thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. It's been pretty exciting, and I would say it's also been really inspiring. So I think about La Pietra being a school of significance and relevance since 1964, so nearly 60 years. And our founding mothers, Lorraine Day Cook and Barbara Cox Anthony, you know, if you think about that time in history, the importance of providing access to education where young women could, you know, find their voice, explore their passions, you know, figure out the difference between, you know, interests and passions, and then find a purpose. All while really remaining steadfast to our mission, right, which is to educate young women to lead a life of purpose, while also leaning into our core value of kahiao, that spirit of selfless giving.
Absolutely, several times I've been on the campus, I've got to talk story with some of the girls, and it just seems like you're really creating a beautiful environment where they can thrive, smaller class sizes, that one-on-one connection that they have with their teachers. And I feel like with our youth, nothing beats that, right?
Absolutely. So again, the opportunity for the building of relationships and exploring passions and interests, and the importance of finding a voice, and then learning how to, you know, have that voice go to work for you.
Absolutely. And, you know, recently you guys had announced that you are offering free tuition to students who have been impacted by the Maui wildfires. How has that been going so far?
Yeah, thank you. So I continue to be thankful that La Pietra is able to provide this access to education. And it's not just education, it's all of those things in a child's journey that are so important, meeting the needs that are, you know, breakfast and lunch, the school supplies, the access to HIPAA-compliant mental health services, curriculum and instruction, laptops. And what we know about education is that it can provide a sense of stability and normalcy, and at a time when things are not normal and not stable and really hard, to provide that opportunity, if it's right for these families at this time, they are welcome for as long as they want to be at La Pietra. And again, it's at no cost while their families are figuring out the road ahead, because we know that it's not going to be a short journey. It's going to be a long journey, and it's going to be hard. So if there's any way that we can provide that relief during that time of day, and again that sense of normalcy and stability, I'm thankful that La Pietra has the ability to provide this access at this time.
And we are so grateful for you and of course La Pietra for opening up your school to all those victims with the Maui wildfires. So thank you so much for sitting down with me today.
Thank you.
Okay, well, if you'd like to find out more about La Pietra, visit their Diamond Head campus during their fall open house. That's on November 5th. Register online at lapietra.edu/open house. Now stay with us. We've got Neighborhood Deli, Butcher and Bird in the Hi Now kitchen ahead of Oktoberfest celebrations. Then you know her as 5-Foot Foodie. Yeah, our social influencer today is Corina. She's gonna give us her top 5 Oahu eateries. Which got us wondering, what's your favorite spot to grab a bite to eat on Oahu? That's our Facebook question of the day. Let us know by commenting on the live streaming video on our Facebook page at Hawaii News Now. We'll check in on some of your comments and read them live on air right here on Hi Now Daily. We'll be right back.
Aloha and welcome to High Now. Today we're learning more about a local nonprofit organization working tirelessly every day to keep our keiki safe. Today joining us in the studio we have Tammy Bitonga, the Director of Community Programs at Ho'olanapua. Now Tammy, tell us about Ho'olanapua and the range of programs it provides.
Sure. Ho'olanapua exists to provide care for children who have been exploited, the vulnerable population of children, and we do that by providing care for them in different programs.
Tell us about the programs.
Hoku Group Services, Starfish Mentoring, we educate the community by doing education, presentations, training, professionals, first responders. We also have Pro Haven. We just have an advocacy program that helps transitional youth. That's pretty much how we do it.
And how do these programs really address unique needs and vulnerabilities that many who are in this situation face?
Sure. So our Hoku program is, to me, the most robust program right now, where we go into different settings where children are cared for, not short of corrections, sometimes shelters, and we provide them with resiliency-based programming so that they can have a better reaction when they're faced with certain situations. Our Starfish Mentoring program, that program, we serve 11 to 24 years old, male, female youth, LGBTQ+. We serve them in any place where they are at, not limited to a correction facility or a shelter or foster care or children that are still at home with their family. And that way they do 2 hours a week with their mentor at minimum. We do fun, exciting activities with them for them to have a trusting adult in their life.
When you're looking at the scope of caring for the kids, the teenagers, everyone who is affected by this, I think it's important to talk about too. I mean, it can be anywhere at any time.
Sure. So we don't know. And children sometimes don't even have the words to say what happened to them. They don't have that identity, like they don't know what is happening to them when it's exploitation or sex trafficking. And so we don't have to have a designation or a disclosure. We will serve children that are vulnerable at high risk. How
do people get more information about Ho'olanapua? Many of the programs you mentioned as well, people can koku and support in that way, so how do they do it?
So you can reach us at starfish@ho'olanapua.org. You can reach us at info@ho'olanapua.org if you want to volunteer.
Let's talk a little bit about this fundraising gala that's taking place, because as is the case with many local nonprofit organizations, community partners and support from the community is very important. Tell us about the gala and where a lot of the proceeds go.
Pro Gala is going to support most of our programs, most of our community programs, and it is a great event at Four Seasons. We're expecting a lot of friends to come, a lot of our community partners, and that is going to be on September 30th. Come to our website at ho'olanapua.org and purchase your table, your sponsorship, your ticket. Just come on out and support us, and you'll have a great time with us. We have a lot in store for the Pro Gala this year.
All right. Can't wait for that. Coming up next, we're going to have some highlights from the Queen Lili'uokalani Keiki Hula competition, celebrating the future of hula and mele when we return.
Welcome back to High Now Daily. We're in the High Now kitchen. We've got your favorite neighborhood butcher and deli here.
That's right. We're catching up with Chuck Wakeman of the one and only Butcher and Bird. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it, guys?
Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you for coming in and thank you for grilling it up. But, you know, so many people know about Butcher and Bird, man.
Yeah.
You've been over there at Salt Kakako, but what is the story, man? How did Butcher and Bird start?
Long story short, basically, I did an apprentice program to a journeyman butcher in Chicago. I moved to Chicago, to Hawaii 15 years ago. I started working in kitchens because there wasn't really butcher shops. Over a course of 5 or 6 years of cooking, I got to the point where I was ready to do my own thing, and I thought there was a great need for a butcher in Hawaii, so I went with that.
That's very cool. I love it because we always go to Kakako and we always walk through, check things out, and it's happening down there.
Yeah.
And there's going to be even more happening because there's some celebrations going on for Oktoberfest, and you've got an Oktoberfest menu.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. So next Saturday, the 23rd, we're going to start out with 5 to 9 bands, beer stein hoisting competition.
Beers and brats.
Yep, brats and beers, and big beer hall style festival. We're going to do 2 weekends, the 23rd and the 30th.
Okay, I love that. Now, speaking of brats, we got some working over here in the kitchen.
Yeah.
What's in that pan over there? That
So this is our cheddar beer brat. So we make all the brats in-house. All the sauces.
for me, Chuck?
Yeah, cheddar beer brat.
Oh, yes.
2 basic food groups,
Sign
right?
me up for
Beer and
that.
cheese.
Yeah, it just sounds better every time you say more and more, right?
Yeah.
So we do all these in the store. We grind the meat there, mix it, pump it, link it. This is some beer braised onions that we do. It's just butter, beer, and we cook it way down so it's nice and soft. And we're gonna serve that up on our bun with some pickled mustard seeds. So I'll grab some of those out for us.
Okay, and I love it. We're just we're touching all the food groups here. Butter and beer, melt that down.
Just the basics, right?
That's a recipe for success.
Absolutely. So now you have the Oktoberfest menu, but then you've also got your, everyday menu. What's on that?
So everyday menu, we have 5 different sausages we do. We also do a really, really, really great burger. We do Philly cheesesteak. We do our own house-made pastrami, Italian combo. All kinds of just like good classic, deli foods and kind of diner style stuff.
Yeah, so in addition to all of the hot food that's ready to go when you check out Butcher and Bird, though, you've got, top-notch meat that's inside there too. Steaks, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, we focus on quality. So we definitely try and find the best, and we do dry age program there. We cure our own bacon in-house. We do pork, like all the stuff. So you can either eat if you're coming by for lunch, or if you want to grab something for the weekend and barbecue, we got that too.
Awesome. What are your guys' hours?
So Tuesday through Saturday, we're open from 11 to 6. And then on Sunday, 11 to 4. And then on Monday, I take a nice mental health day and kick back with my family.
Nice.
Nice. That's much needed once a week, right?
Oh, definitely. And so we're talking a little bit before we got rolling over here, though, but Butcher and Bird, you guys are going to be there for a while longer in Salt, yeah?
Yeah, so we just got done with our first 5 years, and we just signed another lease for 5 more, so we're looking forward to another 5 years down there at Salt.
Congratulations, man.
Very
Pretty
Love it.
exciting for us.
Congrats. Yep. And as you're putting the final touches on
Look at
this
these.
here brat right here, we're going to have to sample it.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
I see it's steaming, man.
It's hot.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm going to apply some intelligence and go for the very first
Wait,
one.
you
'cause
gotta
I'm-
wait for
forget these.
that.
Yes.
Woo, man. There you go. You
There
need
you
that
go.
This
extra
thing.
topping.
It's a whole meal.
Oh my God.
Handheld meal right there.
And we say this every time, but I wish you guys can smell this because it's fantastic. But that's all right, because 5 more years, right, at Salt at our Kakako, you can go and find them and smell it for yourself.
All right, Butcher and Bird,
Try it
cheers
for
to that.
All right, go for it.
Okay, cheers.
Look at this.
It's gonna be hot.
Look at this, bugger.
Oh,
Cheers.
Cheers,
you guys.
guys.
Look at this thing.
Boom.
Look at the, oh, man.
Okay, well,
Oh, man.
it got me.
The taste on this thing is off the chain. Off the chain.
Okay, yeah.
Big
Mm,
statement.
good.
Yeah. Demon.
Well,
Ooh, Chuck, this is money. And the cheddar, man, that's inside the sausage.
It's good, but
It's
whose
rich.
idea was not to bring some napkins?
that was my idea. You
I'm
guys look perfect all the time. I had to kind of mess with that a little bit.
Absolutely. Chuck, I want to ask you one more question, man.
What's that?
Now, as a butcher, maybe some people are just thinking like when you're rolling up over there, you're taking a bigger piece and you're slicing it down, but that's really not the case. I mean, butcher, it's an art, man.
Yeah, and a lot of the art's born out of necessity of, how you're gonna move things and how you're gonna appeal to your clientele and everything. So it always keeps you on your toes. You gotta figure out, different seasonings and marinades and what's hot and what people want, and so it's always interesting.
Definitely. And congrats, man. 5 more years at Salt. Cheers to
For
Butcher
sure.
and Bird. Make
Yes,
sure
oh
you
my
check
God,
them
that
out.
was fantastic. Go ahead and check them out.
I'm telling you right now, you know what's always great with lunch and poo-poos is a great show. And speaking of great shows, this year, the Keiki Hula competition, the students, the Haumana, they did not disappoint. Take a look. It is an exciting time. It is Kahiko night for the 2023 Queen Liliuokalani Keiki Hula competition. But what will it take to bring an award home? We caught up with Olelo Hawaii judge Manu Boyd to find out.
Over the generations, we've seen the keiki really grow into a different level of understanding because of their kumu and because of their own education in valuing and understanding Olelo Hawaii, place names, and all those things. So when you watch the dancers, and we were here last night watching Master Keiki Hula and Miss Keiki Hula, and how they work together with the musicians and interpret the mele so well, and the work that the kumu hula are doing to teach the keiki, to work with the musicians and come out with a presentation or a ho'ike that is really, I think, it's a little bit different direction than it has been. Everything comes together nicely. My understanding for tonight's competition is that each halau could pick their own mele that centers around Queen Liliuokalani and her family. So many of the mele are older. Many come from the collection of Mary Kavena Pukui. What I'm listening for as a Hawaiian language judge, pronunciation, but also there's something about, you can tell when there's an understanding. And for Kahiko night, much of it goes to the ho'opa'a, the chanter or the drummer, but in Keiki Hula, they encourage the younger ones to chant, or even the groups as they're dancing to chant. There are things in Olelo Hawaii that are specific. Vowel combinations AU, au, versus AO, ao. And so we've gotten in the Queen Liliuokalani's brother, we've gotten ma'a to the kala part of his name, but we still hear kala kaua. And is K-A-O or is it A-U, kala kaua? So those kinds of things have to do with okina, which is the glottal stop, and the kahako, which is a macron. And they are not about spelling, they're about pronunciation. Is it la'i or is it la'i? So those kinds of things are about the puana. So you can have words that you think are similar, but the meaning is oko'a. Olelo Hawaii is specific among many world languages in that every word is either a vowel or ends with a vowel. When there is an understanding of Olelo Hawaii among dancers, whether they're 5 years old or 95 years old, there is a sound that it takes time to achieve. But I think we have so many people in Hawaii today who do a great job in bringing that sound.
Ooh, love Keiki Hula.
Surprise, surprise, we're still in the kitchen, kind of. And if you're ever wondering where to go or what to eat, just check out the 5 Foot Foodie's Instagram, because she goes everywhere, eats everything, and girl, I gotta say, that
Where does it
Instagram-
go?
Yes, I know. For
That's
being
what I
5
gotta
foot, woo. So let's talk a little bit about your Instagram, because I know you like to hit up all the restaurants across Oahu. So tell us some of your favorite ones.
Oh, there are so many new places here that just hit so hard. A lot of local businesses that have been popping up, especially after COVID. My favorite place by far is Aloha Mamacita. Have you guys tried them?
Oh, I have.
Oh my God.
I love their little puffies.
Yes. Did you
good.
try their supreme croissants yet?
No.
Oh my God, you need to. They are these gigantic, huge spiral croissants. They started in New York. They came here. It's like luscious, it's creamy, it's caramelized on the outside, flaky on the inside.
That looks incredible.
You're not gonna
I'm
be able to
sold.
finish it in one sitting. Like, that's how big it is.
I love it. Okay, Aloha Mamacita number, what else you got?
Westman Cafe and Lounge, Waikiki.
Westman Cafe and Lounge
It's
in
totally
Waikiki.
worth braving that traffic and all the, jaywalking pedestrians. Like, you need to go. Have you heard of Bill's Waikiki? They were open for a while before COVID.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So they took over that spot. It's owned by the people of Shokudo, so you know the food's gonna be good.
Oh, that's right,
Yeah.
that honey toast.
Yes, so they use like local honey in their souffle pancakes. They are so good, almost as good as the ones in Japan. So that's how you know it's really, really good.
Yeah, you know, I feel like that Japanese style of pancakes, of pastry, it's light, it's airy, but
yeah.
that means you could just eat more of it, right?
Yeah, but it's still filling enough that
Yes.
like one plate, you'll be fine for the whole day.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that sounds like a challenge to me. Okay. Hello, Mamacita, Westwood, what else we got?
Nana Aikatsu and kaimuki. They started at
You had me at
Ohana.
katsu
Oh my
with
god,
that.
it's
Okay.
so good. Okay.
Okay.
So you know the traditional tonkatsu, it's like thick, porky. This one is light. It's 7 layers of kurobuta. So you know it's gonna be like, it's light, it's fried perfectly. They use such fresh oil and such premium.
I was going to say that's incredible too, because usually, you know, katsu got you feeling
It's
a certain
heavy.
way. Yeah, a little
this
bit.
one you can eat
Which
the
I
whole
don't
plate.
mind. but
Yeah, it's very, very Japanese, owned by the sweetest people. It's good parking, good location. You will love it.
All right, that's good to know. Nana
Good to
Aikatsu. What's next?
Hidden gems.
Yes.
Oh my God, we love hidden
So,
gems.
we
Yes.
love hidden gems.
Fish cake in Hawaii. Have you guys heard of them? It's in Ward.
I feel like
Fish
I've
cake
seen
and-
the
Yeah.
sign, but I haven't been inside.
Yeah, so it's like a little pop-up of like art and food. So every day they have rotating local businesses. Wednesdays are my favorites because they have C4 Table. Chef Colin Hazama was actually on Food Network.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you
We've
see
had
this?
him on high
he's
now. Yeah, incredible.
So incredible. So he uses so many local ingredients, which I personally love. He's always on Wednesdays, but there's also shimaya. They have like fresh udon. They have chillest shave ice. They use local ingredients. Honobono is a vegetarian, all vegetarian menu. So many cool places. Not many people know about it, but it's in a little like pop-up shop.
I love it. Okay, we also want to let everyone know out there on High Now, okay, if you see her out, don't just yell 5 foot foodie, okay? Her name's Corina.
Yes.
Okay, so make sure you tell her what's up and follow her on Instagram. But you know what's really high on my list right now, and it's growing exponentially, is Butcher and Bird.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you ate those
The
sausages the
smell,
whole time.
like I
Were
was
you in
back
there for
there.
that? Chuck
Oh my
Whitman
God.
knows what he's doing.
Yes. Like as soon as the onions hit the fry pan, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I just ate a big lunch and I'm hungry again.
Oh my God, you know, I gotta ask though, you have your Instagram. How are you able to like put together all of those videos? You make it look pretty, you make it just look
It's a lot of
amazing.
work,
It's a lot.
that's why.
It
People
is.
think it's all eating, but it's so much goes into
People
it.
think it's just we go to restaurants, we take a few videos and boom, but it really takes a lot of time. Like I think I spend at least like 2 hours making videos for the whole week. Like it's a lot about coordination with the restaurants, making sure that we get the best things to push out to people. It's a lot of losing weight too. You don't know how many hours of running, jujitsu I do.
I do
Oh,
want to
there
tell
you
you
go.
though, you do such a great job because not only do you tell people kind of, oh, it's this dish and this, but you really break it down. You get into textures, flavors, and just keep killing it. You do
Oh,
such a
thank
great
you.
job.
I mean,
Seriously.
Yes,
if
for
you're
real.
paying
And
me
it's
to
She's one of
do,
the best.
you know,
Yeah.
thank you.
Love that it's an honest review every single time. Love
I'm
that.
not an influencer, I'm just more of an eater.
Yeah,
So that's not,
influencer, no, we're just content creators.
yeah, this thing's almost gone. Thanks, Karina.
Thank
Karina,
you.
thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I'm gonna move things over. You know what? I lost my IFB, so we're just gonna roll with this. Coming up, have you ever used Lucky Owl Rental?
Who?
Lucky Owl.
Who?
Never mind. Just keep watching.
Oh, okay, yeah, just keep watching. All right, aloha and welcome back to Hi Now Daily. We just wrapped up lunch in the kitchen with
Yes.
Butcher and Bird, and now we're on to dessert. So we're here with some Ono wine with Amy Hanaiali'i Gilliam, and this is all your wine.
It is. Yes, I have 11 varietals of wine.
As if she's not busy enough.
I know.
You have to diversify.
I love that.
This is all my wines are from Napa. This is a white blend, California white blend. It's super yummy. Being that you just ate something, it's probably good to eat this first.
yeah.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers. Okay.
That is so tasty.
Wow, that is smooth.
That is
light,
very smooth.
Yeah.
refreshing. Gosh, am I the 5-foot foodie now? Did I get that?
So the important thing about my wines is this is all my palate. I'm not going to drink something that I'm not going to drink and not going to like. So I taste it with local foods. I taste it with pulehu steak and shoyu chicken and yada yada yada. So we have to finish this so we can pour the red into it.
Okay, absolutely. I
wow.
love that. Okay, wait, Amy, in addition to did you always want to do a wine?
No.
Did wine always interest you?
I love Merlot. Like, I love Merlot.
Yeah, I love a red.
I love
myself.
Merlot with a lot of garlic and cheese and noodles and pasta.
You know how to pair.
So I was in Napa doing a concert, and my wine partners at the time, it was the end of our tour. It was the last concert of the tour, and my wine partners were there and said, "Hey, would you do a wine? Would you do a celebrity wine?" I was like, of course I would. I said, only if I get to stomp on the grapes. And they said, we don't do it like that anymore. I said, no, I know, I'm just joking. So these are all my palate. Like I choose all of these. I exactly how I want it.
So what's in this one?
This is Ono.
So this one is a little bit more dustier. It's got some black cherry in it. It's got a little bit of hints of like a little bit more musty.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cheers. This one has been in French oak barrels, so curated in them for like 6 months.
Wow, I like
super
that.
smooth.
Yeah, smooth, fruity, like
Super
you're saying.
smooth.
But it's
And you
not
know-
too sweet. It's
You
a
know how
nice-
us locals like to drink, right? We like to eat all of our foods first.
Yes.
Not
Yes.
too much, because you can't be totally full while you drink.
That's right.
So you just sample little poo-poos here and there, but this is perfect with that.
Oh yeah, and I
love
love how us locals like to drink. She just made us down that first one real quick.
So because we're celebrating Palihua's 25th anniversary this year of when Willie and I first wrote the song.
Wow, 25 years.
I know, can you
Time
believe that?
flies,
I have a
man.
child younger than my song.
You know, it's still
Palihua.
unreal that every time you sing it, it's like I'm hearing it for the first time, though. It is. It's
It's
like
a magical
so
place.
timeless.
It's
Yeah.
a magical place. And this year I added a verse in honor of Willie. And I sang that in Hawaiian. My cousin, our cousin Kumu Maika Kamohoali'i helped me write a new verse for that about Willie, about the high chief in the forest. And then I sang it in Japanese and in French.
Wow.
Because we went to Europe. Right?
Okay, now I mean, we haven't drank too much,
ready?
but can you give us a sample or
All right.
how you feel about that? No, you want to give us a little tune here?
she's
Oh, here we go.
Hey.
Wepa! No. Sure. Eka he mai ana o Palehua e wahilani haupu iau e pui na ole ke kuahiwi kaulana vei kalani. Cheers.
So amazing, I
With the
swear.
Palihua, this is unreal. Okay, Amy, how do people get it? Where can people find this?
Wow.
You can get these at Tamura's. Chai's has it now. You can get it at Hana Resort. I'm with Southern Glaciers now, so it's a much bigger company. We're recalibrating everything, pushing it into places that I really want to focus on, do really great wine dinners, pair them with chefs. I've been everywhere over the years. But so we're kind of regrouping everything. You can always find that on amyhawaii.com on my wine tab.
Okay,
Okay,
you know what?
awesome.
I think you should add to that is just a personalized singing to it. Oh, how
I do.
Amy, no,
Sister. At the end of the wine tasting, I do a little 20 minutes.
there you go.
It's the icing on the cake.
Make sure you go and check it out, amyhawaii.com. And don't forget, you're watching Hi Now Daily Live. We want to say a big mahalo. Check this out. This is Value Furniture as we enjoy this Ono wine over here. Mahalo to Value Furniture, providing us great pieces for our set. We'll be right back. Aloha and welcome to Hi Now. Lucky Owl Car Rental just recently celebrated 10 years as a local business here in Hawaii. Today we've got the owner joining us. We have Sava. Welcome to the studio, man.
Thank you so much.
And congratulations, 10 years of being here and doing business in Hawaii. How did Lucky Owl Car Rental all start?
It was just a friend of mine, a very close friend. We just noticed that, there's some things that can be done differently with the car rental business. You can take care of people, give them a good service, give them a fair price, and then make them definitely want to come back again and tell all their friends and just make the whole thing positive from start to finish. And then it just slowly went from, say, 7 cars to 12 to 40 to 100, and then now we got right around 200 cars. I've been around for a little over 10 years now, and yeah, people just keep coming back, and then they're always telling their friends, and they're just happy. So.
Congratulations. Now, what about the experience with Lucky Owl Car Rental? It's a little bit different than traditional. There's so many rental companies from the mainland that are here, but what makes what you guys do a little bit different?
We just treat people right. We try not to make them wait. We try to get them in and out. We try not to have long lines. And then they're talking to a person who knows that they're talking to a person. So like they're treated as humans and not just like a reservation number. We try and make exceptions for people. We try and take care of people. We help Outer Island a lot of times if they come in for medical reasons or something like that. And if prices are higher, we'll try and lower them. We'll make exceptions. We try and work with people. We just try to make it happen for people. And we've always done that when we were just trying to prove ourselves to people. And then we've continued to do that even now that, we're pretty successful and we're known and there's a lot more demand for us and people know us. We still try and go out of our way for people and keep doing what we promised to do from the start.
Yeah, so. There's some added aloha that comes along with just being able to support the local businesses here too, because every time you support Lucky Owl, our money and everything is staying here in Hawaii.
Absolutely, yeah. We wouldn't be around if it wasn't for Hawaii, so we try and keep the flow going, and it's a give and take always.
And it's incredible to see the innovation of local companies here. And right now, you guys are looking to add to the Lucky Owl team. Is that right?
Absolutely, yeah. We're hiring. We're looking for 1 or 2 people. If they want, they can hit up Indeed. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So head to Indeed for more information on the job posting. And then how do people book a reservation with Lucky Owl?
So you can get a live pricing, a live quote on luckyowl.com. You can also call 808-352-4890 and an agent will answer the phone.
Okay, awesome. Well, Sava, congratulations on 10 years. Congrats to Lucky Owl. Thank you for being here. And for more information or to book a reservation with these guys, head to our website as well, hinowdaily.com.
And as promised, we're following up on our Facebook question of the day. What's your favorite spot to grab a bite to eat on Oahu? Kurt says he likes Diamond's Kitchen, Hootie Hootie Chicken.
Me too.
That chicken is winners, he says. And Ginger says she likes Waioli Kitchen and Bake Shop. Thanks so much for commenting on our live streaming video on our Facebook page at Hawaii News Now.
Okay, real quick before we let you guys go, Amy is here. We've done wine, we've talked concerts, but we also have jewelry. What is that?
Right. Well, as you can see, the champagne here, the rosé, goes with, I came out with a line of jewelry with Maui Divers Jewelry in commemoration of Palihua's 25th anniversary. So like this bracelet, the whole mo'olelo of the song.
I love it. AmyHawaii.com if you want to get